Hello everyone. Today we are looking at the Black Horse Pub in Northfield, Bristol Road South, B31 2QT. My friend invited me to eat with him on the 20th of March 2026, and we ordered via the app. So he had the chicken bites basket with spicy rice. We each had Twinings tea, 3 refills. So for two, that's £3.70. His chicken bites basket was £9.28. And they had quite a few vegetarian options for me. I went for the pasta Alfredo, £7.90. The last time I had food at the Black Holes, as I recall, it was one of their burgers, and it was a really good vegetarian burger. It was nicer than your average burger anyway. I cannot recall what it was called right now, but I believe it came with onion rings, which were pretty good, I suppose. Slightly above average onion rings, and the price was probably between £8 and £10, something like that. This pasta Alfredo cost £7.90. I will say two things immediately, and my friend commented on the first one straight away because it just requires two eyes to be able to see, or just one eye. The portion size is pretty small. For £7.90 especially, you do not get a lot of anything, not just pasta, but the garnish, which was mostly rockets, from what I recall. And I'm not the biggest fan of rockets anyway. I can take it or leave it, and prefer to leave it normally. But in terms of flavor, and you are paying for flavor, or at least ideally you are, that's a part of eating out. You're hoping to have something quite enjoyable or even delectable. It did deliver on flavor. The pasta was nice and tender. The sauce was so nice. Yes, the rocket was a bit of a detriment. I wish I could have exchanged that for some money back or for some extra pasta. Just one piece of extra pasta would have made it worthwhile. I really find rocket to be hard work. So I did not care for the rocket. That's a part of the recipe I did not like, but everything else was great. It was cooked well. The flavors, the ingredients, everything was there. It just needed to be a bigger portion, especially for £7.90. That's a lot of money for quite a small plate of pasta, as you will see in the photograph. Hopefully you can get a good idea of what it was I had to work with. My friend was going through his chicken bites maybe at least 10 minutes after I'd finished my pasta meal. You take a few forkfuls and then the meal is finished. But I think he enjoyed his chicken bites. He usually goes for that, I believe, and he finds the food to be good quality. It was nice to try something different. I'm glad that they do have quite a few vegetarian options. I believe they even have pizzas, which should be vegetarian. I'm sure they have some vegetarian options. So the total, after 20% VAT, £2.86, the total came to £17.18. Now, I suppose that's not too bad overall, especially as we each had quite a few refills of tea. I had at least two, if not three. He had one or two, I believe. And he gets his chicken bites for £9.28, and I have my pastel Alfredo for £7.90. So you can see also, and again, these are just two examples, but the contrast between his meat dish and, of course, my vegetarian dish. His meat dish was a little more, but also you did get a lot more food. They could have, I'm sure they could have afforded to have given me some more pasta and some more sauce, or even just leave some extra pasta naked on the side. If the sauce is putting the price up too much, just give me some extra pasta on the side, and then at least there's more for your money. Because the pasta was well cooked, the sauce was nice. I do not care for rockets, but the overall recipe minus the rocket was really good. So I'm happy to pay a bit more because it was a good dish. It was fair enough. It was nice, and it was something different to have. It was quite enjoyable, but the portion size was far too small. It was over far too quickly. There are no, onion rings, chips, mushrooms. You could have at least shaved some mushrooms into the dish or something to help make it more justifiable. So I'm really torn. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to have. I have no regrets ordering it, save for the rocket, but that's something. If I'm really bothered, I can, hide it. As much as I hate wasting food, you can brush it aside, give it to someone else to eat. But I ate it, and so I could see the deliverance of flavour, but both me and my friend commented on how small the dish is. They really could have put some more food onto the plate. There was plenty of room to do so, but yeah. So we deduct some points, but we will give plenty of points for good flavour. All in all, I would recommend it if you've never had it before. If you eat at the Black Horse or other pubs with similar dishes, and other Wetherspoons, for example, quite often, then maybe skip it if you're looking for something to fill you up or if you've had it before. But if you're looking to have something new, then go for it. It is almost £8, but it is quite good, and you have to spend a good few pounds anyway when eating out, so there is that. And it is cheaper than a vegetarian breakfast at Cozy Coffee, and I'm a big fan of Cozy Coffee. The staff are friendly, it has a nice atmosphere, I love the layout, it's very nostalgic and so forth. I often do work there on a Sunday, so I do not work at, well, I do work at Cozy Coffee, but I do not work for Cozy Coffee, so to speak. I'm not employed by them. I mean, I do my own work while having tea and food and stuff. I work at their work of place, but I do not work for Cozy Coffee, but I work at Cozy Coffee, if you see the distinction. I do some work there, so I enjoy Cozy Coffee, but the food can be a bit pricey, of course. I do think it can be good quality as well. Their caramel slice is quite nice, and their omelettes can be pretty good, and their cheese toasties can be pretty good as well. Sometimes they cook them just right, and the temperature of the cheese, the softness of everything is just so brilliantly working in tandem with one another. So it is a lot to pay, but now and again as a treat, it's nice. I know the staff, it is friendly, it has a good atmosphere, and obviously if you go to Black Horse a lot, you can get to know the staff too, but I do not go there often. So it was a nice treat. It was nice to try the pasta Alfredo. In terms of the creativity behind it, I can recommend, some people like rockets, so I'm not going to say it is devoid of creativity or devoid of or not able to exist in our world just because I do not like rocket. I appreciate it. Generally speaking, it is something they've put together. Some people like the rocket, and sometimes it's nice to have something that's a bit out there, a bit off-putting, so it's not too, especially when you get so little pasta, you maybe perhaps do not want to wolf it down in 5 seconds. At least the rocket will slow you down slightly, rather than have you lift off like a rocket, eating everything in 5 seconds flat. I would have preferred more food, and I would have preferred to have. It would be a weird addition to a dish having iceberg lettuce, but I would have preferred it, as bland as it is, to rocket. But otherwise, some mushroom would have been nice, I think. Mushroom would have worked quite well in this dish. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you've tried this dish or if you are tempted to do so, perhaps try it if you've never tried it before. But bear in mind, you'll not get a lot for your money, and you do need to be able to stomach rocket. But it's a good dish. It's pretty tasty, so I do recommend it as a taste testing experience and also as something nice to eat. So that is my conclusion.